welcome back to the science class. We know that living organisms require nutrients, they require food, they require oxygen, water and so many other things which are to be transported from one part of the body to another. In chapter 9, respiration, we have learned that how oxygen is transported with the help of blood from the lungs to all parts of the body, and carbon dioxide is brought back with the help of the blood vessels to the lungs to release out. Now in today's chapter we are going to discuss this transport system in detail. So our topic for today is transport of substances in living beings. Now living beings are of various types. There is a diversity in living beings. Some of them are unicellular, some are multicellular, some are made up of millions of cells, whereas some of them are made up of few cells. So the system of transport also differs from animal to animal or organism to organism. So let us start with the unicellular organisms. Transport in unicellular organisms is very simple because unicellular organisms are made up of only one cell. So it is very easy to diffuse the materials inside the cell and release the materials from the cell membrane. Like for example in amoeba just takes the food from the surroundings, makes a food vacuole and releases the excretory product from the cell membrane itself. Similarly, oxygen diffuses in the body of amoeba and carbon dioxide leaves the cell. So here the system of transport is very simple. But as we go to complex organisms, multicellular organisms, let us first discuss multicellular organisms with few cells. For example, Hydra. Hydra is an aquatic animal which is made up of only few cells. No complex organs or organ systems are present in this organism. So the system of transport is done with the help of water. The water transports the nutrients and excretory products as well as oxygen in Hydra. But complex organisms like human beings who have millions and trillions of cells, for them the transport system is not very easy. Diffusion is a very slow process and it will not be able to transport the substances properly everywhere to each and every cell. So for human beings there is a special system called circulatory system which transports the different materials. In plants also, in higher plants, conducting tissues are present. Conducting tissues are of two types, xylem and phloem. We have discussed this in chapter 1 also. Xylem transports water and phloem transports food. Together, xylem and phloem along with some accessory cells form the vascular bundles. So, a circulatory system we can define as the transport system in animals that move substances through the body with the help of blood. That means here the transport medium is blood. Now for example, there is a system of transport of water from the reservoir to the city. How does it get transported? The water gets transported with the help of pipes. So circulatory system has blood vessels which act as a pipe and heart as a pump and blood as a medium. Finally, let us see which substances need to be transported in our body. Oxygen, as we have already studied in respiratory system, oxygen needs to be transported from the respiratory system to all the cells of the body. Each and every cell of our body needs oxygen to release energy from the food which is there in it. So, oxygen has to be transported. The blood transports oxygen the carbon dioxide to be released out through the lungs. Secondly, nutrients, the absorbed food. The food is digested by the stomach and intestine. The small intestine absorbs the food, and there are blood vessels present in the small intestine from where the blood absorbs the nutrients and takes it to various parts of our body and to reach each of the cells of our body. This food becomes an integral part of the cells, that is assimilation, and there with the help of oxygen the energy is released from the food. Then there are certain minerals which are needed by the body in different parts, which are to be transported from the digestive system to the cells. Also, water needs to be transported from digestive system to other parts of the body. Lastly, waste products. There are different types of waste products formed in our body, maybe urea, uric acid, and various harmful substances which the kidney filters, and the blood is filtered in the kidney. Waste products are taken by the excretory system and removed out of the body. So the excretory products which are produced in different parts of our body are transported by the blood to the kidney where they get filtered. Then, what is our circulatory system made up of? Our circulatory system is basically made up of three things. One is the heart, secondly blood, and third are blood vessels. We will discuss about our circulatory system in detail in our next video. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you.